Max, your words of love are as empty as ever. You are allowed to do good stuff, but you're not doing it because deep inside you're a selfish fake person pretending to be caring when people like me actually don't just spit empty words. People like me actually help others become better people instead of just trying to look better in front of everyone to win that YouTube game of yours. Is that your final answer?
I'm Max.
As always, this video is for entertainment and criticism, never for bullying or harassment. Every insult I make is for your amusement and to help me further my points. Now let's get started. I am in a giant group chat with a bunch of YouTubers such as Colossal, Dolan, Pyrocynical, Nafucker, Zaptai, and tons more amazing people. And then there's this one guy. We'll call him Dumbass. And I'll show you what happens. So Dumbass wants to use a song that I use for my videos. He basically says he's too fucking lazy to put effort into getting permission from the owner himself, and requests that I just give it to him. I tell him that I cannot give him permission because it is not my song, and the owner strictly gave me limitations on how I'm allowed to use it. Specifically, it is not for me to distribute. I tell him that, and he essentially says, "It's okay, Max, it's not their song anymore, it's yours. It's your version, so it belongs to you, and you're the owner of it now." No, Dumbass. I know you have no knowledge in the actual law, but if I remix the song and it falls within fair use, then it is my property. My version does not fall within fair use. I just slowed it down by 20%. That qualifies it as a modified version, not a remix. So if I give it to you, that is copyright infringement. I then go searching for the direct quote that the copyright holder gave me while Dumbass indirectly tries to manipulate me to give him the song in the Skype chat. I show him the quote, and he goes, "I wouldn't monetize the video." That does not matter. Under penalty of law, even if you do not monetize your video, it is still illegal for me to let you use the song without the permission from the owner. Someone else then says, "Dude, he said he can't, so it's a no." Dumbass then moronically states, "I just proved that he can." I know that this is hard for you to grasp, Dumbass, but you falsely stating something is not proof of anything. You saying words is not fact, and since I am well aware that it's so hard for you to understand that, is exactly why I'm nailing it in there for you. I think the only thing you've even slightly proved is that you think you're always right, which is a pattern you're all gonna recognize throughout this video as we delve deeper into this Dumbass. He will never accept that he is wrong, and that's something I'm gonna show you all. Because based on that law, it is allowed to be used in non-business purposes if there is no distributed money involved. Because based on a non-existent law, we are allowed to give away heroin in non-business purposes if there is no distributed money involved. Is that the law now, Dumbass? If we don't distribute money, it's legal, right? Max, you are actually allowed to give me the song because I wouldn't monetize it. The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyrighted work is illegal. Criminal copyright infringement, including infringement without monetary gain, is investigated by the FBI and is punishable by up to 5 years in federal prison and a fine of $250,000. It's fucking illegal, Dumbass. So after I denied him access to the song that I use since it's not my property, he then brainlessly decided the best course of action would be to throw this temper tantrum. Max, your words of love are as empty as ever. And yeah, you all saw it at the beginning. How fucking mature of you, you doltishly inane Dumbass, to directly attack me and my personality because I wouldn't let you use a song that I don't have permission to let you use. Wow, that is so fucking brilliant of you. Where did you learn to do something like this? Preschool? I then say, "Wait, what?" And he goes, "He's manipulating guilt as well behind that law of his I just proved wrong." Once again, you did not prove me wrong, just because you said you proved me wrong. If I say, "Hey everyone, the earth is flat," I just proved that the earth is flat. I proved you all wrong. Does that make me right? You better answer no, because if you answer yes, then you're more of a dumbass than I could have ever imagined. In fact, I'm just gonna smack you in the ass a bit more. I know you're gonna answer no, but that's a vastly different scenario, Max. What I was talking about is a much more complex situation involving a tremendous ordinance of laws and every other fucking thing you're gonna say to try to defend your point. Shut the fuck up, bitch, and accept that you're wrong. And I'll do the same whenever I am. But in this case, you look like less of an idiot if you do that instead of acting like you're right when you're obviously not. I know that you don't know that you're not always right, but that's reality for you. And so then he goes on to attack someone who is questioning and criticizing his behavior with me. Blank, the puppet of Max. Max isn't man enough to say no, so he uses you to say it, so he wants to look better in front of everyone. No, I do not in fact control the minds, bodies, or lives of anyone or anything on planet Earth, let alone this fucking group chat. Everyone here is exercising their free will to question your stupid-ass actions. As I said, I know it's hard for you to accept that anyone else besides yourself could prove you wrong. But you either accept that or dig yourself further into the dumbass you are. Dumbass, if you hate Max so much, why are you making a parody of his videos? You just answered your own question. By that he's saying he's making a parody of my videos because he hates me. I then say, wait, so you're making a parody of me because you hate me? Not because I hate you. Well, that's not what you inferred when you said, you just answered your own question. In fact, he does that a lot, where he uses self-centered and speciously deceptive language to defend his broken arguments, like, you just proved yourself wrong with what you said. You just answered your own question. The statement you just made was false and there's no point in arguing with it. I just proved you wrong. There's no point in what you're saying because it's already been established that you are wrong and I am right. This is the kind of shit people say when they think they're way smarter than they actually are and don't think they need to actually come up with a strong argument. They can just say whatever they want and defend it with, I'm right and you're wrong, so don't argue with me. Don't do this if you don't want to be a dumbass. Not because I hate you, but because I find your method ridiculous. What is wrong with my method and how can I improve? You should improve more on getting to the point and how to solve most of these problems. So you want me to immediately address the problem, rather than establishing an ethos, logos, and pathos beforehand? Should movies immediately get to the resolution rather than obey Freytag's pyramid? No, man, I'm saying you can still do that. No, that's not what you were saying. You just said I should improve more on getting to the point and resolving these issues, compared to what I do now, which is establish the story first and leaving the solution for the climax of the video. That's exactly what you were saying. I'm saying you can still do that, but your problems don't always have solutions. Every single topic that I have talked about has a massive number of solutions. Plenty have been discovered, some still unknown. Say for example terrorism. We have found temporary solutions to it, war being one of the morally worst ones yet the quickest and most efficient, but despite that, we are still finding greater and higher numbers of solutions every year. The same goes for every single problem I ever talk about in my videos. I understand what it's like having a depressed mind and thinking that nothing will ever be okay. Humanity isn't really getting better, it's getting worse. The world and life just suck. But regardless of how many times you repeat that to yourself, it's concordantly untrue for the majority of the population on Earth. The quality of average life has only improved since the inception of civilization and is still getting even better. If you don't believe me, then by all means, read a history book and look at the amount of war, slavery, rape, murder, crucifixions, plagues, diseases, and torment that enormously manifested in the old world. Regardless, after he said my problems don't have solutions, I placate him and ask, how do you mean? He says, the more related the problem is, the easier it will be to explain it to people on how to solve it. That doesn't answer my fucking question. He does this a lot as well, where I ask him a question and he says something completely unrelated to what he was talking about before and comes up with a new senseless argument to berate my content with. I then express that and just say, dumbass, I'm not entirely sure what you want, I guess. And yeah, like Blank and Blake just pointed out, it's hard for me to solve every single problem for every single person, which I explain in the anxiety video. I'm just trying to help out with those problems to the best of my ability. Then there's no point to the video. Oh, there was no point to the video. Okay. To all of you who claim that I've helped you, to all of you thanking me and saying that I've brightened your day, week, month, year, life, to all of you saying I love you and spreading happiness to others, Dumbass here came to say that there's no point to the video. So fuck you, you're all either liars or idiots according to Dumbass. No, Dumbass, fuck you. There's no point to you saying there's no point to my video. Factually speaking, you are wrong because even if only one person said my video helped them, then there was a point to that video, helping that one person. You and your meaninglessly foolish arguments are objectively incorrect. Once again, you goddamn fucking ass-faced idiot.
I then showed him one of the messages that was sent to me. Thank you, by the way, and said, I like to think my videos have at least a little bit of purpose to at least a few people. People just hear about the problems they have and feel better instead of actually solving them. So it's an endless circle of making themselves feel better until the problem hits them the hardest. What he's fucking trying to say here is that despite what you guys are telling me and showing me, you all are actually worsening yourselves by watching my videos. They're not helping you, they're helping you forget about the problem, even though I specifically address the problem and give methods of solving them as well as pushing you to do so in my videos. According to him, that's not helping you, that's hurting you. Because apparently, me spending 5 to 15 minutes addressing and talking about the very problem that he's referring to makes you forget about them through some disproven application of psychology. Let's take this toaster strudel for example. Is me showing you this toaster strudel helping you forget about toaster strudels? Dumbass will claim that it is, because he's a dumbass. By the way, what he's referring to is content that distracts you from your problems, otherwise known as entertainment, which is exactly what he does on his channel. Makes people forget about their problem through attempts at satire rather than helping them with the problem itself.
So dumbass, how about instead of spewing hypocritical filth at me, you learn to be less of a hypocrite?
I then try to convince him that a healthy mind is better than an unhealthy one, and he says, I wouldn't exactly call someone who is ignoring everything a healthy mind. Okay, apparently now he's claiming you all ignore everything because of my videos. So because I talked about bullies, you all ignore that bullies exist, right? Is that what my video did, help you ignore bullies when the entire video was focused on bullying? That's ignoring it, right? I then tell him that. I never say to ignore everything, I specifically tell them to address the problem. That's not addressing. That's just looking at it. Maybe you should re-watch my videos before saying this, and look at the end of every single one of them where I precisely and repeatedly articulate to the audience to start thinking about and beginning to deal with their issues, which, by the way, is the actual definition of addressing the problem that you're referring to.
Dumbass.
I ask, what's not addressing? Addressing should lead to action.
It doesn't lead to action?
Hey, I just wanted to say that Max's videos have really helped me a lot. They've really made me a better person. They've led me to action, to become a better friend, to become a better person, to really try to improve my life. And I'm just a better person, and I have a much happier life because of Max and his videos. So fuck you.
And I know what you're gonna say.
He's lying, you made him say that.
Go ask him yourself, his link is in the description. Or you can say,
he doesn't actually know that it's hurting him.
Yes, because you're the omniscient dumbass who can possibly understand and judge every action any human being can ever make.
And claiming that everything ever proving you wrong is false because you say so, since you're too moronic to own up when you're wrong. No, they just feel better for a while and forget the problem even though it's still happening.
I don't think you have any proof for that, do you? Of course you don't. Just like every other fucking thing you've said to me.
Whereas every time I give you proof, you reject it since it directly opposes everything you say to me. I basically say that to him, and he goes, those people who message you might feel better, but at the end of the month they still have those problems because you never gave them a solution. He's doing exactly what I said he's doing, giving no proof and refusing to accept any that I provide.
He will never admit when he's wrong, like the pathetically pompous pussy he is.
Because without a solution, there can be no action. And then 3 different YouTubers replied to him with, Max kinda does give solutions though. How do you know that though? And, wait, how are you able to speak on behalf of everyone, dumbass?
Exactly. Thank you guys.
He says, because that's common knowledge. You hear that, everyone? It's apparently common knowledge to contemplate the categorical actions, thoughts, and lives of every single person that has ever watched my videos. That's not mind reading or stupidly mistaken assumptions. That's common knowledge, apparently. A friend in the group chat says, people can have revelations from videos and Max's vids might genuinely help them, especially if they know other people out there are having the same problem. Thank you, beautiful, for defending me. I then iterate to dumbass, do you expect no solution can be found through any human being on their own volition? Knowing of the problem isn't the same as knowing how to solve it. What is 5 plus 2? Oh shit, knowing of the problem isn't the same as knowing how to solve it. I guess this problem is now unsolvable. Too bad, everyone. I'm asking, do you not think people can solve problems on their own? Well, then say there is no solution.
As always, he didn't answer my question, but at this point I don't even care anymore. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, then say there is no solution. Depression isn't something you can cure. Tons of people have been cured from depression, look it up, you fucking idiot. But you think it's stupid to make a video about it? Yes. So no one should make videos on depression. I don't see a reason for it if there's no solution.
Should we have suicide booths? Like in Futurama? Should we legalize suicide?
How about you guys? What kind of discussions or videos have helped you with your depression?
And do you agree with Dumbass here, who thinks we should censor ourselves from talking about depressing things? What else should we not make videos on, Dumbass? Comedy? War? Comedy is very subjective. First of all, are you implying that we should censor ourselves from talking about objective things? Second, how the fuck does that defend your point? You can say depression is very subjective. I think depression is a good thing. It makes people who want to kill themselves kill themselves. I disagree. I think depression is bad because it's an illness like any other, just like malaria or polio, that needs to be treated and cured.
You can say anything is very subjective, dumbass, and that doesn't even help your point.
So we can't make videos on objective things? Science? No more Vsauce or Kurzgesagt videos? I said subjective.
Yes, I know you said subjective.
I phrased my question perfectly fine in the exact way I wanted to. I genuinely couldn't tell if you misread my question or just completely lost yourself in what you were defending since it was all over the place and none of it made any sense. You said comedy was very subjective, defending the point that we can make videos on subjective things, inferring we can't make videos on objective subjects.
As always, he doesn't answer the question. But at this point, he didn't even make another useless argument.
He just stopped talking to me for the next few hours.
So I suppose he just gave up. And you would think that that'd be the end of Dumbass's dumbassness today. Nope.
After some time passes, I greet my friends Slazzo and Zaptai, and then Dumbass comes in saying, Max, will you please stop just spitting these words? Henceforth, everyone there in the group chat that day starts arguing with him. Dumbass makes himself out to be the douchebag he is by saying that I'm scum, I'm a shitty person, my content hurts people, I'm a fake, and painting himself out to be the messiah that actually helps people. Here's just a small tidbit of what he said. Can someone explain to me why spitting a random I love you is more admired than trying every single day to make everyone feel better by taking care of their problems and actually caring for them? Hey there, neighbor, I'm gonna come to your house and murder your entire family. So before I do, can you explain to me why spitting random I love yous to your wife and kids is more admired than me trying to save you all from yourselves and releasing you from your bodily prisons? I'm the one who actually cares for you guys. I'm the one who solves your problems. I'm the one who helps people, not you. He does this up until he gets kicked from the group chat, and we feel sorry for him and invite him back several hours later.
Toodles.